Hey, you guys, it's Fatima here, and we are moving on with another card. This one is focused on opposite to emotion. We talked about opposite to emotion, the definition, a, a few cards ago. But as a refresher, opposite to emotion is basically choosing the opposite behavior than what your emotion is pulling from, right? So if you are livid, like completely pissed off, I say hotter than fish grease, like you really ready to snap and you got a gun and you want to shoot people. Well, you instead put the gun away and you would leave the scene. See, opposite to emotion. All right. So a little extreme, I know. But the point is to choose opposite behavior and to think about the situation in an opposite way. So we're talking about justified guilt, opposite to emotion, O to E for justified guilt. If you make a mistake or behave poorly and hurt someone, then feel grateful for the guilt that follows, since it means that you care about others and your relationships with them. Nonetheless, many of us sink into the guilt and make it worse through avoidance rather than improving the situation through opposite action. And I am certain that we are all guilty of that in one way or another. Okay, true story. I got in a situation about, I don't know, 2 months ago where I motivated one of the youngins to lie to their dad. And then, yeah, to lie to their dad. And so, because I didn't want the drama, I didn't want to hear his mouth. It was just me and the youngin in the situation. And I just really wanted to keep it on the down low. But then the youngin, he snitched on himself. He can't hold water. So we're in a situation where the truth comes out. And yeah, it all came out in the wash. You know how they say it'll come out in the wash? Well, yeah, it definitely came out in the wash. And I had egg on my face and really felt embarrassed and really, I really felt horrible. The fact that, number one, I thought that it was a good decision at the time to tell my kiddo to lie. And on top of that, lie to their dad. And on top of that, get caught. You ain't supposed to get caught. Either way, it happened. And so I felt that it was only right to apologize publicly in front of my children and ask my husband to forgive me. He was still hot. He was upset. It did take him some time. He did have words, and I had to take it on the chin because I was wrong. And so the point that I'm trying to drive home is that it is just sometimes best to just fall on the sword and admit that you're wrong. If you have done something and you know it hurt somebody, you know that you did some shady stuff, or you did some absent-minded stuff, or you even inadvertently hurt somebody that you completely didn't intend to hurt, just fall on the sword. Go and apologize and make it right with that person instead of choosing to avoid them or pretend that it didn't happen. I'm telling you, the worst thing that you can do when you owe somebody an apology is to pretend like it never happened. That just boils, it makes you want to boil over and just chop them up in little bitty pieces and then store them under your house in the grave. Okay, no, I never thought about that in real life. Not at all. Okay, the point is apologize. Okay, if you did something wrong, fall on the sword, apologize. Now, footnote, I strongly believe that apology should be treated as a gift. When you give somebody a gift, yes, you absolutely want to be right there when they accept it and open it up. But sometimes they want to do it on their time. So you leave the gift and you just hope that they appreciate it and you allow them the time to open it and to embrace the gift and hopefully come back to you and let you know how much they enjoyed the gift. The apology is the same way. When you ask somebody to forgive you, you don't have the right to sit around and expect for them to just turn it on and say they forgive you. Leave it and allow them to process the situation, with the hopes that they will forgive and that they'll come back around and want to have a conversation and maybe set some expectations and some boundaries for the future. Okay, so that was our discussion on opposite to emotion for justified guilt. I hope that helps somebody. You can find me on social media. You guys already know that. I'm all over Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, sometimes on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, and my website is fatimac.com. I would love to hear your stories. I would love to know that these cards are helping you. And if they are, do me a solid and share it with somebody, right? Let's get the word around. Let's share this good and wise information with other people and help them out as well. Last bit, you can totally email me. My email address is soulhealing@fatimac.com. And P.S., I hope my dishwasher did not annoy you guys throughout this video because it is annoying me. But I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.